It's the time for package from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Anbernic Retro Game 380V or the RG280V. So what I do like about this handheld, the form factor, and I like it because it's just very compact, but I don't like it because it's not really comfortable. Sounds kind of weird, don't you think so? But what I mean with this, what I wanted to say is more like, is that it's not going to be a very comfortable handheld if you look at this form factor. And we're going to cramp up our hands in this video. Yeah, this is going to not be very pleasant. Nevertheless, inside the box we're going to get the usual stuff. We're going to get a cable for charging. This time we're going to get a Type-C. They're finally moving on. Then we're having the RG280V toilet paper deluxe manual. Yes! So this thing comes with a very nice unfoldable manual with explanations of what you can do with it. So check it out if you have any questions. And let's take a close look at the handheld itself. Okay, so the handheld itself, we're having here select start, A, B, X, Y. The buttons are very long travel. Like the old school membrane button like your Game Boy. The D-pad feels quite nice, feels kind of sturdy, quite a long travel. Here at the side we're having two SD cards, one for the firmware, the other one for the files that you can add like the games, volume control. The shoulder buttons, I think that is very interesting and something you don't see very often, as you can see over here the way how they make it. And you can see they're also having some height difference over here, so when you're holding it, you can reach them very easily. But again, it's not really comfortable. I'm not going to like this. We're having the headphone out. We're having here the USB connection. Then we're having the on and off and the reset. So it seems to me they are putting the reset button, let's say, easier to reach simply because sometimes it freezes with games. It happens. And we're having here a speaker at the back. And as you can see, the four screws that hold the back together. Nevertheless, it comes also with an IPS display. So let's power it on. It's powered with OpenDingux. So we're still going to get a lot of stuff that we can do with it. So let's take a close look at the software itself. Okay guys, so it's time for the ETA Prime moment. So the brand already mentioned is Anbernic, model number RG280V. It has a 2.8 inch IPS display. I know a lot of you will rather have a 5 or 7 inch, so it's a very tiny screen. Resolution with 320 by 480. The CPU is a 4770 dual core, that is 512 MB RAM, that is DDR2. The first SD card is a 60GB with the firmware on it. The second card you can choose between 32GB or 64GB. But the factory says we can maximize it, or better said, have a maximum of 256 GB of storage. That's quite a lot. And 2100 mAh battery, that gives us around 7 hours of playtime. 7 hours of fun, plus minus. So I don't know, this is going to be an, let's say, in general problem with these things. The glass front of the display with my version, as you can see, is just sticking out over here. At first I was thinking, hey, is this normal? But quickly realizing this is not like it should be. I tried to push it down, but you can see there's something wrong with it. I hope that only my version has this problem. But if you have one, just check it out, because this is not normal. So the handheld itself comes with OpenDingux. It's nothing new. For the people not familiar with it, let's do a quick overview and let's talk about OpenDingux and what can we do with it. So let's start off with the emulators. What I do like about OpenDingux, you can just mess around with the emulators itself, with the settings and everything that comes with it. And what I do like about it, that we also have the option to play up to PlayStation 1. Keep in mind that Dreamcast, Saturn, GameCube and all those things will never run on a handheld like this. Here in the games, that is something that I also really like about it, and we're going to play some in this video, is that we're going to have a lot of great emulators and games that we can play on the go. Here in settings, applications, we have some extra tools like the input tester. It's also very interesting, where you can basically check out if everything works. As you can see, it works like a charm. And the same goes for the D-pad. It's very responsive. And I think if you want to play some fighting games, this is not going to be a problem at all. The sound itself is just amazing. Okay, so let's play a little bit. D-pad is super responsive. Okay, so let's play another game. Let's play the 16-bit Super Famicom. So when it comes with these handhelds, 8-bit, 16-bit will work just fine. Oof. So most of the game will run fine with some minor hiccups. Maybe we can find another different emulator that will run the games flawlessly without any hiccups whatsoever. But so far so good with this emulator, as you can see now. Already? Wow. Alright, so first up, let's try Bloody Roar 2, and you can see it's a big bummer that it doesn't run under full 60 FPS. So I said you can play PlayStation 1, but there are still some games that are struggling with the performance, simply because we don't have the juice inside the machine to get the best results. So let's skip to another game and let's see how this runs. Oh man, even Tekken is dipping. But the thing is with the system, you can see it also utilized the CPU 100%. And now it's on 60 FPS. So this game is playable, but a more demanding game will run like shit. I love the beautiful IPS display, and the way how this thing looks and plays, it's not bad at all. But the thing is, this game will not run perfectly, the Stereo Rated remake game. Watch this. Let's get a minor stuttering. You can see that the device itself is having some issues or some problems running at full speed. But when you're looking at, let's say, different devices, the performance is not bad at all. Oh man, I love this D-pad. I'm getting my ass kicked, yep. Alright, so let's try the Beefcake and Dinosaurs and let's see what we're going to get with this game. So when it comes to arcade stuff, it will run just fine, but take into consideration CPS 3 will not run perfectly. You can already see that it's missing out some power for PlayStation and will be the same for Capcom systems number 3. Beefcake Man is here, is gonna really fuck you up. Beefcake Man is here, is gonna smack you in the face. When you take a close look at the Anbernic lineup, there are a lot of different handhelds, but I think they didn't have a very compact edition like this version. So maybe that's the reason why they released this version to be one of the, let's say, pocket version of the Anbernic Chinese handheld lineup. So sadly, it's a little bit overpowered, and you can see it with some games, especially with Street of Rage or with PlayStation games. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that bell, become one of the Wickedfamily, and I will see you in the next video.